In today's fast-paced world, many of us are on a constant search for happiness. But what if the key to true joy is simpler than we think? Positive psychology explores science-backed ways to cultivate more happiness and well-being in our lives.
That's right. We spoke with Diane Lang. She's a certified positive psychology coach, speaker, and author to discuss how we can bring more joy into our daily routines and also just understand the true nature of happiness. Hi, Diane. Happy to be talking with you again. We appreciate it.
Hi, thank you for having me back.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's always great topics that we're talking about here, and now another great topic here. Let's talk about some common misconceptions that people have about what brings true happiness.
So what I hear from most people, especially teaching colleges, they think that material things or money are going to bring happiness. And just to put that out there, if you're making lower than the income that you need in your state to make a comfortable living. So if it says you need 70,000 and you're making 30,000, making more money will bring more happiness. But if you're making that amount or you go higher, it only brings about 5% more happiness. So money is not the biggest reason or factor for our happiness or material things. What really is socialization, memories, experiences, purpose, and meaning. Those are really the important factors.
Oh, I really like that. Those are really important. Now, Diane, how can people identify what generally brings them joy?
So happiness can be very individual. So behind me is my golden retriever who is snoring asleep, who brings me happiness every day. But it's so individual. Everybody's different. But what I've noticed is so many people don't even know what brings them happiness because they're so worried about their own family, stress, what makes their kids happy, their parents, that they forget. So one thing you should do is do a little self-reflecting and ask yourself, what cultivates happiness for you? Really think about it because we're always growing and changing, and what made us happy 5 years ago, last year, might not be the same as today. So really think about what makes you happy. Do a little self-reflecting and you'd be surprised what comes up for you.
Hey, Diane, with the recent research here, what has that told us about happiness itself?
So we now know we have a little bit more control in our happiness. So when we think about, people will say, am I just naturally happy? And the truth is, some people are happier than others naturally, but we all have the ability to cultivate happiness in our lives. And we have 40% control over our happiness. That's the nurtured, the learned part. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm just not happy or I can't be happy, that's for other people. The truth is you can cultivate your happiness. But again, start with that question. How do you even define happiness for yourself?
Right. Now, is the idea that happiness comes naturally a myth?
No, again, it's really not. We can cultivate our happiness. So what really people to think about, what was the last thing that they did that made them happy? Really thinking about like the last few weeks, what are you curious about? What holds your interest? What are you really wanting to do from a state of curiosity? Because we can learn what makes us happy by trying different things that we're curious about and doing a little bit of trial and error on that.
Okay, so let's go over some practical steps that people can do to improve their overall happiness.
Well, one of the easiest and my favorite is cultivating gratitude. So gratitude is a superpower. It's a positive emotion. So every time you feel grateful, you get a boost of happiness. But on the other side, it also cultivates mindfulness, which reduces our stress. So I have my clients every day before they go to bed, just ask themselves this question. What are one or two things that cultivated gratitude for you today? Just looking through your day, what are some of the gifts, blessings, and miracles that appeared? Because that allows you to start noticing the good in your life. And happiness really is where you put your attention and focus. Are you putting it on the good or are you putting it on the bad? And gratitude allows you to see even the good in a bad situation.
And one thing that I learned, Diane, is to see gratitude in the small things. Because, of course, we all grateful for our health, our lives, our kids, the big things, right? Yeah. But when you start to see gratitude in the small things, it does make a difference, right?
Yeah, it's really looking at the little gifts and blessings. It might be you made it into the building before it rained, the sun came out. We just had the best cup of coffee today. For some reason, it was just extra good, or your hair came out good, not mine for today. But if that's what happened, it's really about just noticing the little things and doing that every day, making it a daily practice really cultivates happiness.
Right. I'm grateful for the burger you brought for me
Oh,
for
well,
lunch
you're
today.
quite welcome. I'm grateful for the money that you'll pay me back. Hey, Diane, you mentioned gratitude and mindfulness and kindness. What roles do they play with people's resilience?
So the happier we are, the more resilient we naturally are. And gratitude, again, when we do it every day as a practice, it allows you to see the good in a bad situation, and it allows you to see that things are temporary. So knowing that, yes, we're going to have some bad days, life's a roller coaster ride, but on those bad days, knowing it will go back up again. So the more we're happy, the more resilient we naturally are.
Okay, now what are some simple daily habits that consistently boost happiness?
So besides gratitude, a really easy one is just doing kindness, as we were just talking about. Every time you do a random act of kindness, doesn't matter for who or what it is, you both get a boost of happiness. So I get it, and let's say I did one for the way, you got a burger today. You both get that boost of happiness for 24 to 72 hours. And kindness also boosts your self-esteem. So doing gratitude and kindness are two ways to do it daily. And also, as we talked about mindfulness, doing something every day that reduces your stress, and especially knowing that we hold stress on our bodies, any kind of movement, any kind of exercise, whether it's pickleball, whether it's going to the gym or just taking a walk, are all great forms of exercise and mindfulness that'll reduce our stress hormone cortisol. So just adding in some exercise and movement during your day is huge as well.
All right.
Great tips.
You want to make your life happy? Start with yourself. Positive psychology here from certified positive psychology coach, speaker, and author. It's Diane Lang. Diane, thanks for all the info, and it's great to see you again.
Thank you for having me.